Guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't been on here for a while, but we are back. Thank God. Hope everyone is fantastic today. Let's go ahead and start. On Design Space, we're going to go ahead and click on Images on your left-hand side, and we're going to type in what we're looking for. Next, I'm just going to go ahead, go to Filter. I'm going to click on Uploaded and Purchased. And now I'm going to choose the images. The shadow, I bought it on Etsy. I will leave the link in the description. The Tiana, I got it from Google. Make sure when you get your images from Google, it's over 300 DPI, which is the resolution, because then the image, when you want to resize it, it'll come up blurry. And then you want to take the image that is transparent background so it can make it easier for you to upload to Design Space. Frame as well, sorry, and you'll see them right here in the bottom of the screen. Once you have all the images, we're going to go ahead and click on Insert Images. Now we're going to start resizing. I'm going to start, let me put it aside. Let me go ahead and a little bit smaller. With the SVG, the Princess SVG. We're going to click on the image, go on size, and she will be a 12-inch. Once you do that, with the image clicked on, we're going to go ahead to your layers panel, ungroup. Why? Because I want these images different colors. Click on the princess, go in between line type and fill, which is that black box, which identifies the image you just clicked on. Click on it, and I want her to be a gold. So I'm just going to click on this yellow one. You can go ahead always in advance and change the color. This color is just for reference, for myself, for me to remind myself that she's in gold. Next, the frog, same technique, going between line type and fill, and he will be a lime green. When you do that, highlight the entire image and click on Group from your Layers panel. When you group your images, it's just for you to move it around your canvas. It has nothing special to it, just for you to move it around. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab our frame. Let me... grab the frame, and it will be also a 12-inch. I don't know. I think my Design Space is a little bit delayed. Okay, once you do that, we're going to go ahead and click on that image. Go to your Layers panel. Unclick on that eye so it can bring in the black shadow. Whichever you prefer, you can do that, or you can just leave it the way it is. I'm just going to go ahead and delete both, the pink and the black one. If you want to do it one at a time, you can do so, or both at the same time. Click on the Shift key on your keyboard, and then click on the black one, then click on Delete. Now, make sure it's the same size, 12 inches in height. Let's go ahead and change the color. Let's get a green. And then I need this circle. This is transparent, okay? This SVG, not transparent. This SVG will cut a hole right in the middle. Let me change the canvas color so you guys can see. To change the canvas color, just click on this black canvas and then go back up here where it says color. And let's get, well, it's the same color as Tiana, but let me just, I don't want it to, okay, let's leave it that color. Okay, see? The machine will cut all these little pieces and the circle. So what I want is a circle so I can place Tiana right here inside this frame. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Go to Shapes, click on a circle, grab your circle, unlock, and just size it. It's nothing special, just size it like this so it can fit in your frame. Once you do that, move your frame, grab your Tiana, your print and cut, the one you got from Google, and let's place her in front of the circle. Click on the image, go to your range, send it to the front. Let's lower. I want to put her like right here. Once you do that, highlight both images, go on your layers panel, click on slice. And then we are going to remove just the bottom part of Tiana and delete that. Once you do that, go to your layers panel. You'll notice that there's two slice results right here. Tiana, which is the shadow, gray shadow, and then the other part of the circle. So what I do is, this sliced image, I'll just go to between line type and fill. I'm going to put in lime green. It'll all be lime green. Again, the shadow, lime green. Once you do that, if you notice in your layers panel, you have 1, 2, 3 layers. Highlight entire 3 layers. Go down to your layers panel, attach, and flatten. Once you do that, and now you can put it over your frame. Now, we have both images for your centerpieces. If you notice on your layers panel, you have the cut and print, which is the circle. You have your cut, which is the frame, and then your cut, which is the frog and Tiana. Okay, let's set it aside. Once we have that, now I want to create a design for my vase, which is I came up with this idea of some leaves, but let me go to images. I forgot to bring it in. I'm going to type in here unicorn, because what I'm using is the ears of a unicorn, which is this one. I couldn't find no other design to get this little piece in the middle. I'll show you. Click on that, and then I got this from Google, if I'm not mistaken. This unicorn ears, I got them from Google or Etsy. Let's insert the image. Let's go ahead and ungroup it because I'm going to delete this one right here. And then we're going to size it 1.5 by 1.5. It'll make sense once we get to the tables to start assembling. And I'm going to change the color just for me to know that it will be in gold. Okay, once we have all that, let's go ahead and click on Make It. Well, for the ears, this is just telling me you need a larger mat. Let's click OK. Let's cancel. Because for the ears, we will need to fill up that 12 by 12 cardstock. Let me just go ahead and hide it. And before we click on Make It, I forgot to tell you guys, let's choose our machine, which whatever you're going to use, you got to choose it first from here, and then we're going to click on Make It. Let's go over our cutouts. The first one is a print and cut. The black box around that image is a registration mark. This will let the machine know what it will be cutting. It has to have the registration mark for a print and cut. Next is the Princess, which will be on a 100-pound glittered gold cardstock. And I'm tilting her a little bit for me to fit her on the 12 by 12 glittered cardstock. Just click on the image, click on this right here, just tilt her to the side. So she will fit right here. You see it above the 12 inches. For the frame, I'm going to place my frog inside the frame because it'll be the same color, lime green. Click on the frog, 3 little dots, move to another mat and bring it onto the green mat and confirm. I'm going to put the frog right here, but let me tilt this because I want it above my 12 inches. Why? Because I'm using a 12 by 12 lime green glittered cardstock. Let's place the frog inside. Why? Because I want to save some cardstock. If I put the frog here, it will not cut. Or I will have to use another cardstock, but I don't want to do that. Just place them inside. With that done, okay, we have all of our cutouts. This is the front part of your centerpieces. We're going to go ahead and click on continue. Now, once you have your machine set up that it comes up here, you're going to print out your print and cuts. Let's go ahead and send it to the printer. You're going to choose your printer and you click on print. Once you print, you stick it onto the mat, load it to your machine. Then you have to set your material, adjust your dial on your machine. Depends on the machine that you have. The maker does not have a dial. You go on, if it's a maker, you'll have the instructions right here on this part. For the Explorer, it has a dial, so you adjust your dial. Because you have a 100-pound cardstock, you're not going to use a poster board. You're going to go ahead back and set on cardstock, and so on. Stick it on your mat, load it to your machine, press the flash and go button. Once you finish, take your second image, stick your 12 by 12 glittered cardstock on your 12 by 12 mat. You adjust your dial to poster board. That's if it's thick. This one that I'm using, it's thick. So it goes to poster board. Stick it onto your mat, load it to your machine, press the flash and go button. Once that's done, same technique for the frame. Once you do this, we're going to go ahead and click on cancel. Click on yes to cancel the cut. Click on cancel to go back to your canvas. Let's hide all these images. Go back to your layers panel. Unclick unicorn, the ear. Click on make it, and it'll be on a 12 by 12. So what I do, project copies, and I forgot something, but I'll go back. Bump it up to 25, click on apply, just to fill in your 12 by 12. Let's do a 40 and apply. And let's do 48 and apply. And let's do 49. Okay. Fill up your 12 by 12 100-pound glittered gold cardstock. Click on continue. Once you continue, set your dial, same technique, to poster board if it's thick. If it's just cardstock, well then cardstock. Once you do that, follow the same steps. My design space is a little bit slow today. Follow the same steps. You adjusted your dial, stick it onto your mat, load it to your machine, press the flash and go button. It's unable to connect. Let's go ahead and cancel, because I forgot to show you guys, because it's a double-sided centerpieces. Once you cut that first set, when you click on make it, you see right here where it says mirror, you're just gonna click on it because we have to mirror the image. Just follow the same techniques as before. Once you place your little frog inside your frame, all of that, adjust your frame to fit in the 12 by 12, then you can go ahead and mirror the image. Why? Because it has two sides. Once you do that, follow same instructions, follow same techniques, and I'll see you guys back at the table so we can start assembling these centerpieces. And wait for the second part for the dessert plates, dinner plates, favorite bags, and Hershey bar wrappers. I'll see you guys in a bit. Now that we're back at the table, let's go ahead and start. We have the cutouts for the princess. We have the front, the back, the frog. We have a 12-inch skewer. And we have popsicle sticks, a few of them. That's the first centerpiece. The second one is the cutouts, the circle cutouts of Tiana. And we have the frame, front and back. We have a 6-inch lollipop stick. And, no, not the lollipop stick. For this one is a skewer as well, which we are going to cut. And then we have the 3D pops, 3D glue dots. Okay, we have our purple mesh. We have our 9-inch vase, glass vase. This is a piece of mesh. We have Reptile glue. What it is, I transfer the glue to this little bottle. And then we have our flower ball. And then we have our piece from our 12 by 12 glittered cardstock. And then you can have scissors, or you can have a scoreboard or a paper trimmer. And I'll let you guys know for what. It's just to cut these pieces here. Let's put that aside. And then we have the hot glue. Let's start with this one first. Okay, now for this one's pretty simple. Turn one side around. Okay, you can either use a skewer or you can use, like I had before, the 6-inch lollipop stick, because once we're done, we're going to stick it in the flower ball, which has foam. So either or will fit in this styrofoam ball. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab the 6-inch lollipop stick. And then I'll show you at the end with both skewer or the lollipop stick. Okay, now with that, we're going to go ahead and grab our hot glue and just place glue here. And then leave a generous amount of the stick sticking out. And let's go ahead and then what we do, this remaining glue, just go ahead and place a little bit more glue. Get your dowel rod, not the dowel rod, I'm sorry, your popsicle stick, and let's cut it. I cut this one in half and place it here. Because of the cardstock that is thick, you see it will bend. If you just leave this part here, just the 6-inch, it will bend. So that's why I am placing the popsicle sticks to make it sturdy. So then we're going to go ahead and place it here, stick it down, and a little bit of hot glue right here in the middle, and wait for it to dry. And there you go. Once, put more glue here. Once that's dry, then we can go ahead and, I just like to put a little bit of glue, like a pearl size of the hot glue. Let's let it dry. Set it aside because I put a generous amount of glue there. Let's just go ahead and set it aside. While that dries, we're going to go ahead and bring in the Tiana, this one right here. Now for this one, I'm not going to use the hot glue on this one for this part because it's paper. So what I'm going to do is just add glue all around here, the Reptile glue all around here, and then I'm going to place the cutout on top. I don't want it to be bulky. And then since it's a large piece, with the hot glue, it will dry way too fast by the time I place the cutout. Once you place it, make sure it is aligned. Just turn it around real quick, and it is aligned. And now we're going to just go ahead and press it down. And take all the excess of glue out. And then what we're going to do with the second side of the frame, we'll apply the same technique. Okay, once you have that, let's go ahead and set it aside so it can finish drying. Let's grab our Tiana, which, see, it doesn't bend at all. So what we're going to do with this Tiana is bring in the other side. And what we're going to do is just apply the glue, the hot glue on here first, and then seal the sides. I like to align it first at the top, bottom. When you see that it's aligned, then I suggest grabbing it here, fold, grab, and then start applying the glue all around. And the hot glue that I use is the Gorilla Glue. It dries pretty good and pretty fast. It allows you like maybe 10-15 seconds for you to press down.
Hola, mano.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry, but my hubby just surprised me with some food. He said it's time for food. Oh my goodness, guys, cutting it short. I'll be right back in 20 minutes. I'm sorry, guys, cutting it short. Sorry about that. Okay, that was delicious. Okay, I left off sealing all the sides, which I'm going to do that, finish that right away. Once we're done with the sides, we're going to go ahead and place the frog on this side. Okay, once you're done sealing the sides, we're going to go ahead and apply, I didn't seal this part, apply the frog. Let's just put a dab of glue here. And then now we're going to go ahead and take the frog and place it right there, where it goes right there. I'm going to leave the link of where I got this SVG off from Etsy. It's a new seller on Etsy. She has not a lot of digitals. I was hectic on buying SVG because she just started. She only has a few sales. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and glue this one on. I'm going to apply the glue here as well. And just apply this first part of the frog on here. And then we're going to go ahead and turn it around and apply the second part of the frog. Okay, we're going to go ahead and align the frog, carefully aligning the frog just like this. Then once you're done with that, we're going to go ahead and seal the sides. And that is done. So this one is with the 6-inch lollipop stick, and then I'm going to show you with the skewer, which is just like this. Let's just set that one aside. And let's go ahead and grab our frame. With the frame, I'm not going to use the hot glue. What I'm going to do is, for this part of the frame, the top part, I'm just going to add the 3D glue dots, which I like how it comes out for this frame. I'm just going to go ahead and place some glue dots all around the frame. Okay, now I think we're ready to start removing the backing of the glue dots. And I'm going to cut a bit. Add a new little bit of more glue. I'm going to place the back part on here, align it, and then press down. And then I'm going to add glue right here in the bottom. And we have that right here. Press down so it can look, it'll have a 3D look. Okay, we're done with that. Set it aside. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our scissors, scoreboard, paper trimmer, and the leaves go facing down. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut the side because it's too thick. let's grab our vase, and we're going to go ahead and start building it here first. And you'll notice that the cutout is larger than the vase. It's no issues there, because what we're going to do is, after we glue it on, you can always go ahead and cut it, or you can cut it prior to gluing it on. Just make sure you have the right spot where you're going to cut. Let's say you're going to cut right here. We're going to go ahead and cut all that same spot right there, on the same spot. And then we're going to go ahead, see, I cut on the same spot, and then now we're going to go ahead and glue it on. To glue it on, what I do is place it first, and then I'll hold it with this hand, and then I'll start gluing it on. A generous amount of glue, because remember, this is glass. Even though this is Gorilla Glue, it's glass. It might come apart, but with a generous amount of that glue, it will hold. It will hold pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and align it. And we're going to continue. I'm going to continue to add the glue all around here and this edge. And I'll be right back. Okay, now, once we're done with that, you see your vase. It will come along, you'll see. And then what I do is, I will grab my bling roll, and I'm just going to add 3 rows on the top, bottom, and on the side. I'm going to cut just 3 rows. Okay, let's go ahead, and with this one, we're going to go ahead and glue it on right to the top of the vase, and you go all around. Once you do that, you're going to cut a second piece, and you are going to add it to the bottom. Then after that, you cut a third piece, and then you're going to glue it on this side to cover this crease right here. Glue the bottom part. Okay, once you do that, what I'm going to do is grab the flower ball and just add a generous amount of glue on the top of the vase and just place that flower ball right on top. Let me see if I can raise the camera a little bit so you guys be able to see the top part of the vase. Okay, now we have that. Let's go ahead and add a generous amount of glue right here on the top. And take your flower ball and place it right on top. Center it. Okay, once you do that, let's grab our cutout, both of our cutouts, and let's place them right on top of this vase. Let me see if I can move the camera. Okay, now we're going to grab our cutout and we're going to place it right here in the middle of that foam. Press it down all the way down, and that's the first centerpiece. Okay, let's set it aside. Let's grab the second one, which is with the frame, and same technique. We're going to place it right in the middle. Okay, and there are the centerpieces. I'm just going to go ahead and fix it, align them, remove the excess glue, and I will post a picture right at the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Wait for the second part, which is for the favorite bags, the Hershey chocolate bars, and the dessert plates. Again, thank you for watching.